Hi there, and welcome to today's video. My name is Henry Smith from IamWealthyandRich.com. Thanks very much for joining me and for watching this video. For those of you who have been watching my videos, thank you very much. And for those of you who are new to our channel, I Am Wealthy and Rich, what it's about is inspiring people to use the term, the phrase, the affirmation, I am wealthy and rich in their own lives. So I am wealthy and rich is not about me. It is about me, you know, in terms of I use it for myself, but I want you to use that statement for yourself several times a day. I am wealthy and rich. I am wealthy and rich. I am wealthy and rich. And before you know it, things will materialize. You know, you actually have to use a few other words apart from I am wealthy and rich, but that's a great start. Now, what this channel is about wealth creation and action. So there are two parts to the equation of wealth creation from my perspective. And before I continue, just to a quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial planner or financial advisor. It's not financial advice. I'm not a CPA or accountant and so on and so forth. So please understand when I talk about investment and so on, investment, this is just what's worked for me, but investments do carry risks. So do your own research, your own due diligence before making any financial commitments. And that's that as far as the disclaimer is concerned. Now, what you see in the background here is just inspirational images, videos. They say a picture is 1,000 words. Well, a video is 1,000,000 words. And I believe that anyone can aspire to this lifestyle if you want to, and you don't have to aspire to this lifestyle. You can aspire to reach whatever lifestyle you want to, but it's out there. And it takes two things. It takes the right mindset. It takes time and money. You need time and money to have that kind of lifestyle. But it takes two things. It takes the right mindset and the right, from my perspective, investment strategy. Now, I could say the right business strategy as well, but I'm not here to talk about business. I deal with investments. I'm an investor. And that's what's really helped me to change my financial circumstances. So that's what I can talk about, just what's worked for me. So the I Am WealthyandRich.com website, one of our missions is to show you how to understand the game of money and play it well. I understand the game of money and I play it well, and my mission is to show other people how to understand the game of money and play it well, because money is a game. And understanding how to play the game of money and play it well is very different from how to understand the game of business and play it well, okay? It's a completely different thing. So I'm talking about how to understand the game of money and play it well. You may be very good at business, but if you don't understand how to play the game of money, how to understand the game of money and play it well, a lot of your financial income can be debased. So in other words, we lose your purchasing power. There's no point in making $1 million and having that $1 million be worth $500,000 in 3 years' time. That means, yes, you've made a lot of money for your business, but you haven't kept its value. And yet alone multiplied its value. You know, most people will struggle just to maintain the value. So that $1 million today will be the same purchasing power of $1 million in 5 years' time. Most people will struggle to maintain that. How much more to multiply it so that $1 million today is worth 5 million? And I'm still saying it's still $1 million, but it will have the purchasing power of 5 million in 5 years' time. That's what you can, that's by somebody who really understands the game of money and how to play it well. But what I started to do, is to track my investment results in the cryptocurrency digital asset space. And I started last year. Basically last February 2020 with nothing, just an idea and a thought process. And I did have the most valuable tools, my number one asset, which is my mindset. And I worked on my mindset for for a few months. And then eventually, when my mindset was strong enough and actually working for me, I started attracting the funds that I needed to invest. And then obviously, again, there's a lot of research done before that, so I knew exactly the right investments to invest into. And so I started, and those investments have started to grow and multiply, and they grew, over the year. And by December 2020 and January 2021, at the end of that, it grew to six-figure mark from a very humble beginning. And then I decided in February this year, 2021, to start documenting it. And it wasn't until the 22nd of February I decided to start making videos. So I didn't really start this with the intention of making videos last year. It was furthest thing from my mind. But I thought, you know what, people need to, I've come from nowhere to six figures, and people need to know. I want to share it with people. People need to know how that can be done if they want to do the same thing. Remember, I'm not a financial planner. And it's almost like, thank God I'm not a financial planner, because the rate of returns that I've had over the last 10 months or so, I'll be in excess of 500%. I don't know any financial planner that has got that. So I'm glad I'm not a financial planner. But that being said, I'm tracking it, showing you step by step how, one builds a seven-figure portfolio, and live, and just giving you inspirational tips. And what I've done is also put together that mindset training and some, my basic investment approach strategy, free resources that I learned from the internet, but I put them together in a certain combination, and I put them together. I'm offering it to you absolutely free, because I believe everybody deserves a chance, no matter where you are, what level you are, whether you're +1, -1, it really doesn't matter. So, but what I'll do is I track my results. I'm going to do today's updates of the spreadsheet of today's figures. And sometimes they're ahead, sometimes they're behind. It doesn't really matter, because I know the general direction that investment's going. So here I'm going to share my screen and then update today's figures. So here we have the spreadsheet that I started, as I said, from February 1st, 2021. And it has two columns of figures. This is basically the overall amount. This is a subsection of within the portfolio. And at the end of shall I say, at the beginning of 1st of February, it was $106,064. And so I each day I was just doing what the new totals of what it had reached. And some days, like I said, it had gone backwards, and some days gone forward, some days backwards, some days forward. You can see 11,000, 1,000, 4,000, and so on and so forth. So the ones in red are where it's gone backwards. The ones in green is where it's gone forward. And fortunately, it's gone forward more times than it's gone backward. Just, understand, I'm not a trader. This is not about trading. I don't do trading. I'm an investor. And the market ebbs to and fro, to and fro, to and fro, to and fro. That's the way it goes. But in an upward direction, that's the main thing. And at the end of the first month of tracking this, as in on a spreadsheet, it became there was 37,860.92 cents over the beginning of the month. So that was a 35.7% increase in the first month, which is great. You think you put money in the bank and you get 1% or 2% or less. I don't know. It's pretty good for 1 month. And so we'll continue in March. So here we are in March. We're the 15th, halfway through March. We're now the 16th, and at the end of I tracked one particular week from the 8th to the 14th, and that week alone was 47,000. I just did that as a summary between the 8th and the 8th. Yeah, between the 8th and the 14th. That was a $47,388 month, week. And but we haven't finished yet. We're still in the 15th, the middle of March. So here we are. I'm going to track today's figures for today. So today is the 16th of March, and the time at the moment in the UK is 3:51, as you can see down here. And the summary again, I'm not going to expose everything about our portfolio, but this is one of the portfolios I'm tracking. This is a summary of the portfolio, and it consists of Bitcoin and assortment of altcoins. And this is a real secret sauce that's powering this portfolio forward. Bitcoin is great, but the real secret is in the altcoins and choosing the right altcoins. And that's, you know, if you want more information on that, we can show you how to get information on that. But that's where the real money is. So the altcoin part of the portfolio, which is what forms that first column that I showed you on the previous page, is 183,555. That's easy to remember. 500.55. Was it 55? 55. Great. And this comes from a live feed, by the way. This comes from a live feed, which is updated every few minutes. It's updated and it changes because it's connected to a live feed, and there's a lot of calculations that it runs through before it displays it. That's the beautiful thing about Excel, and it's actually linked to this live feed is linked to an API that's linked to let me see if I can find it, to this coin market cap. So this is where it takes the figures from. It's updated every few minutes. It takes like every 10 minutes. This does an update, taking the figures from this site. So this is, you know, it's real figures, real time. Well, 10 minutes within a 10-minute period, time frame lag. Anyway, so so this basically is a $900 increase on yesterday. Okay, great. And then the overall, let's see what the overall is. Oh, sorry, it's not a date. The overall is 239,063. 239,063, and was it 39? Was that 39? 83, sorry. 83, not 39. 83. So 239,063.83, 239,063, great. And that is a $600 on yesterday. So, you know, they're all, sometimes it's big jumps. You can see we had a $10,000 jump, $13,000 jump here, $14,000 jumps. And sometimes we have, like here, we had $9.28 jump on the previous day. So it's not all massive giant leaps every single day. It's just the way it goes, but it's always a leap forward. Not always, sometimes, like I said, again, we could expect maybe a few leaps backwards, and that's fine. Then there's like one step back, 3 steps forward, and I can live with that. That's fine. So that's the figures for today. I'll just save that. And what I wanted to do was just to talk now, just to stop the share, talk about, you know, the investment strategy part. That's one thing, and that's easy to teach. But and that's kind of very objective, and that's very, you just do this. Well, the other part that is not easy to teach is the mindset part. And the mindset part is something that sometimes people don't want to learn, and they don't think they have to. And trust me, it's the most important, it's the foundation on which the investment will sit upon. Your investment strategy will sit on the foundation of your mindset. If you have the right, and when I say mindset, I'm talking in this term, there are many aspects of mindset, many different kinds of mindset. The specific mindset I'm talking about is wealth and prosperity mindset. And, you know, the general mindset is having a positive mindset, having a can-do mindset, having being unstoppable mindset, you know, having overcome challenger mindset, but also you also have to have a wealth and prosperity mindset in order to attract wealth and be very comfortable with money, be very comfortable with becoming wealthy. Otherwise, if you don't become internally comfortable, I'm not talking about externally and faking it, I'm talking about internally, so you're not kidding yourself. Because if you're not comfortable with money internally, your subconscious mind will reject it. It will repel that money when you get it. So you could get $1 million, but you may not keep it because internally they're not comfortable. And that's the real you. External you is not the real you. It's just a shadow of what is inside. The real you is inside. And that you has to be 100% comfortable with having a lot of wealth. I'm not just talking about money, wealth. And in that way, when you actually do get physical wealth, your subconscious, your inner mind will not flinch. It will not reject it. It will be quite normal and quite natural, and it will welcome it and hold on to it. But if your inner self is not trained, if you do receive money, that's why people who win the lottery lose it. They lose that money after after many years. Most people, I'm not saying every single person, but most people do. A few years ago, 5 years ago, nothing left. So it's not. If you are trained, and it's very easy to train yourself. I put together. That's what the essence of what I put together, material I put together. But I want to talk about just having that can-do possibility mindset. You need to have. Most people suffer from possibility thinking. You understand? They have, instead of having thinking that things are possible, they're thinking that how things are not possible, or excuses of why they can't happen and why it won't happen for them. And you don't know what happened to me. I had a divorce. I lost my job. I lost my house. I lost it. All these things they keep concentrating on, instead of thinking of why they can and why they should and why they, the very things that's excuse, like I said in yesterday's video, that of why you think you cannot do something is the very reason why you should do it. Okay, and it's just a matter of turning around the mindset and looking at things from a different perspective. Okay, if you do that, a whole world of opportunity will open up. A world of opportunity that you cannot see if you have your mind at a wrong angle, looking at the negative, the negative, the negative, the negative. And it's not okay, when things are good, I'll think positive. That is not, no. Because things will never be good. Okay, you cannot say, I'll wait till things are good before I'm positive. You need to think positive now when things are bad. Then they'll become good. So it's very counterintuitive, or whatever the word is, right? So, but that's the truth. And that's why so few people ever become wealthy. Less than 90%. Sorry, less than 90%. Less than 10% ever be, are worth over $100,000. So 90% of people are what? Simply because of the way they think. It's not because of economics, simply because of the way they think. You change what you think, you'll be amazed how things will change to you. And I admire people who learn how to control their mind and overcome obstacles. I want to talk to you. I have a video of a lady which I grabbed from YouTube, which you can watch on my blog. And I watched her video yesterday. It was so inspirational. And this has nothing to do with money. This is just inspirational because she refused to let, negative challenges hold her down. And I just want to basically I'll show you how to get to my site where you can actually get access to that free training that I put together. So you can get access to that free training now, but also watch this video on her. Okay, let me just share my screen again. Yeah. So this is my website, IamWealthyandRich.com. How to understand the game of money and play it well. And if you scroll down here, you'll see here, this lady here, let's pronounce her name properly, Muniba Mazari. Muniba Mazari. Beautiful video. I'm not going to, I've got some other videos that you can watch some of my previous videos and so on, some other guys who I really respect in the money space. But, she was determined to prove people wrong, and she did. And because of her attitude. She changed her attitude, okay? And it's a very inspirational video. And like I said, this woman amazes me. That's what I wrote on it. I'm full of nothing but respect for the challenges she has overcome and continues to overcome on a daily basis. It's not what happens to you, but how you handle what happens to you and the changes that occur within you. She's an inspiration. But watch that. And on the right-hand side here, here's a little form to get your millionaire mindset training and basic investment strategy on the road. Get my free training, put your name and email address in here, and I'll send it to you immediately. Access it, follow the video instruction. I have a video there. The free resources are down below, but I've shown you how I put them together, how I combine them, and get working on that mindset and start changing, start transforming your life. It's not going to happen overnight, but if you don't get started today, it won't happen. So watch this video, get some inspiration, and I'll also be putting this video online as well. Probably might be on top of it by the time you come here. And I wish you all, and just share. I wish you all, you know, the success, wealth, prosperity, inspiration, protection, love, wisdom in the world. Okay? So this is Henry Smith signing out. Remember, remember one thing, is your attitude determines your altitude. Okay? Your attitude determines your altitude. So you change your attitude and you'll be amazed at how high you can fly. Okay? Have a great and wonderful day. Bye for now.